What is up, guys? Zach here, coming at you with another video. Today, I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite Disney Pixar movies. Now, before we get started, I kind of wanted to point out to you the Disney Pixar movies that I haven't seen, because there are a few Pixar movies that just kind of got under my radar, or I just really haven't been bothered to see, and that's those. These are all things I've never seen that are Pixar movies. Of course, Cars 2 and 3, I don't care for Cars. So, without further ado, let's get into the actual list. So, obviously, there's a few movies that aren't going to be on this list because there's more movies than I have listed and that I obviously showed you. Like, for example, Cars didn't make the list, Ratatouille didn't make the list, so there's just a few movies that, won't be in the list, so don't think, anything of it. And the thing is, with all 10 of these movies, I love all of these movies, so ranking them was a little bit difficult. So let's get started here with number 10, Monsters University. Now, Monsters University was quite a good movie. I think it's a pretty good prequel to the Monsters, Inc. movie. Of course, it would have been awesome, because at the end of the first movie left us with Boo. Sully found Boo again. And I think it would have been cool to kind of elaborate on that, especially since they left us in a cliffhanger like that. So I thought it would have been cool if they did that, but of course, they wanted to do a prequel, which is okay, I'm not going to hate the movie for it. But I still think it's pretty good. It's pretty cool that you get to see how Mike and Sully meet and, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, at number 10 is Monsters University. At number 9, I have Wally. Now, Wally was a movie that I saw in theaters, and I absolutely loved it. I think the movie is quite adorable. I think because I love Wally and his voice, and Eve, and the little romance that sparked between them, this rusty old garbage collecting robot and this drone new high-tech thing. And then obviously they go on the ship, and then there's all the fat people rolling around. That was literally one of my favorite parts as a kid, just watching the fat people roll down the ship. God, I'm a fucked up person. But yeah, Wall-E at number 9. I love the movie. It's cute. It's adorable. Shut the fuck up. It's pretty awesome. So number 8, I'm going to have to give it to Finding Dory. Finding Dory, to me, is really a worthwhile sequel. So like I mentioned in my Incredibles release on my birthday video, if you're going to release a sequel like 10 years or more after the original, you can't deviate too far from the source material, and that's where I think this movie really thrived. I mean, like I said, I did like Monsters University, but I really just would have liked to see it continue from where it left off and just continue from there. I mean, I think it did a pretty good job, but, Finding Dory did that sequel thing like a charm. I absolutely loved it. Ellen DeGeneres as Dory, always amazing, and yeah, I think it's a movie that it's not something that I would have seen get a sequel. Like I could never have predicted that Finding Nemo would have gotten a sequel, but it's pretty cool that it did get a sequel. Number 7 is Up. This is one of those movies that messes with your emotions. It's happy-go-lucky one minute, super sad the next minute, and then everything's kind of like up and down. It's one of those movies that really pulls at your heartstrings. It's like, I don't know, it's an emotional ride. It's a great movie. I love the kid. I think it's Russell. That's the kid's name, Russell. And of course, there's Mr. I can't remember the old guy's name. But of course you have Kevin the bird and Doug the dog, and they're just all amazing characters, all with their own little quirks and everything, and I just think it's amazing. It's an amazing movie, and it's definitely one that if you like really soft, mushy movies, this is probably, maybe besides Finding Nemo, the best one to watch. Next up at number 6 is Toy Story number 3. Toy Story 3 was like Toy Story 2 and like Toy Story, an amazing Toy Story movie. It was a great sequel. It really is great. The end is so emotional and touching. And, well, I mean, the real end is touching. The other end is really emotional. Like, there's if you've seen Toy Story 3, there's, the very end, it's kind of like, there's a really sad moment. And then it gets all nice and cute and really emotional and really touching and really cool. I love that bit. But just over these 3 movies, the characters from Toy Story really grow onto you. And with Toy Story 3, like I said, it doesn't deviate too much from, like, they don't do anything outrageous. It's just another Toy Story movie where all the toys have a common goal, which in this movie was to get out of the daycare and stop, Lotsa, that's his name, right? Lotsa something, lots of fuzz, lots of soft, lots of something. I don't know. All I know is his name's like Lotsa or something like that. But no, this is a great movie. I mean, obviously, you gotta watch the other two first, but it's great. Couple cool new characters introduced, and I thought it was pretty nifty. So number 5 has to be Finding Nemo. Like I said with Up, this is a very emotional, well, it's not very emotional. It has a lot of comedic moments. It's a very funny movie. But at the same time, it's kind of emotional. The Marlin the Clownfish loses his son, and, you know, he has to go surf. He has to go swim the whole ocean blue just to find him, and it's a roller coaster, you know. The one thing with this movie, I always thought was weird since I was a kid, is that all the fish fell a lot. Like, you would notice in certain scenes, like, they would just, like, float to the bottom. I don't know, I always thought that was, I feel like it's some sort of symbolism, like it's supposed to represent something, but to this day I still don't understand it. But it's, you know, I don't know, symbolism? But this movie is amazing, it's emotional, it's funny, it's everything you can ask for in a Pixar movie. Literally, there's none of the, I'm looking at my list right now, none of these, movies have no emotional, like, attachment. Like, you can't not get emotional to some of these, like, to most of these movies. So, yeah, at number 5, Finding Nemo. Alright, so number 4, we got another Toy Story movie, and that would be Toy Story 1, the original Toy Story. The one instance where the sequel is better, in my opinion, than the original. Now, obviously, that spoils that Toy Story 2 is going to come up, but Toy Story is such a charming movie. Obviously, it was a movie, like, wasn't it, like, I don't know, there's something so unique about it, like, especially at the time of its release. A bunch of toys come to life, you know, especially toys that people, like, had in their homes, like a Mr. Potato Head, or, you know, stuff like that just come to life, and it's like, oh, when the kids are away, the toys are alive, and it's like such an awesome concept that it really worked well. And obviously it got 2 sequels, 1 more on the way, so it's like it obviously did really, really well. And the one thing that's common with, like, that's the Toy Story main theme, is that the toys are kind of like house elves. They're really loyal to their owner. Like, if, you know, like, if their owner abandons them, they feel so heartbroken because they were so attached to that person. Like, literally, a cat could literally give no fucks about what you do with it. You could, like, the cat could just be like, oh, you want to play with me? Fuck you. Like AVGN said in this, like, recent Talk About Cats video. You want to play with me? Fuck you. I'll just sit on the couch and lick my ass. But, yeah, Toy Story, it's such a touching, concept, and it really worked well, and I thought Toy Story was a brilliant movie. So, at number 3, I'm gonna have to say Monsters, Inc. First of all, this movie is hilarious. I absolutely love the humor and comedy in this movie. There's just so, and like I said, it's touching. All these movies are so touching. I can't go through all of them, or any of them, without saying one of them is touching. Because it is. Every single movie has some sort of emotion that, like, is drawn out of you. When you think you have no soul, no heart, no emotions, then you watch these movies and you're kind of like, whoa, what's that feeling? It's like a beat in my chest. Like, I have a heart, like I have a soul. Like, I'm not some sort of weird demon with nothing inside me. That's what Pixar does that I absolutely love. Like, I mean, I know I pulled up the list earlier, like a lot of Disney movies that I haven't seen and some that I really don't care to see. But no matter what the Disney movie, even like Cars, there is some sort of, like, emotion behind it. It's just not my cup of tea. But Monsters, Inc. is definitely my cup of tea, with a little bit of milk and a little bit of sugar. Beautiful. Alright, fitting at number 2 is Toy Story number 2. This is my favorite toy, obviously it's my favorite Toy Story, and that's just, like, an understatement on how good this movie is. I think it just took everything that the original did, and it just, like, boosted it to, like, tenfold. I mean, the line that really gets you is in the Al's little apartment thing, when Buzz says, you are a toy. It just kind of brings you back to the first one. It's like showing you how the roles have been reversed, how everything's been flipped, and it's just like, whoa, like, you don't see it coming. but it really works well. Like, again, another very humorous movie as well. Ham the pig, in my opinion, took the show. He's the funniest character in the whole entire movie. In my personal opinion, I literally laugh at almost anything that damn pig says. Mr. Evil, Dr. Pork Chop. And then obviously at number 1, we have The Incredibles. Now this one is probably a personal bias. The Incredibles is usually never number 1 on anyone's list. But it is on mine because I just love the concept. Like, superhero movies today, in my personal opinion, are pretty lame. Let's be real here. Like, every single, like, genre, like, every time, like, I don't know, it seems like everyone's doing something the same. Now, in 2016, 17, they're making universes now. That's the common theme. Everything's connected. Which actually, for superhero fans, is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But it just seems like it's always the same exact thing over and over and over again. Since 2000, which is 17 years ago, Spider-Man has had 2 reboots. Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, then The Amazing Spider-Man, then there's this Spider-Man Homecoming thing, which I think is going to turn into something, I don't know. But it's like, it's all the same. It's all the same exact freaking story, at least from what I've seen. Nothing's changed. Spider-Man, bit by a spider, yada yada yada. Batman, died, everyone's uncle, butler, whatever, Batcave, whoosh. Okay, listen, I don't know that much about superheroes, okay? I'm sorry. But with The Incredibles, it takes the aspect of a superhero family. And it's like, it rolls with it. Like, this is a normal-ass family that has superpowers. It's less so a superhero movie that has family in it, but it's a family movie where all the family members are superheroes. It's genius, and it works. That's one thing. I'm like one of the only people that really liked the movie Sky High when I was little, because it was something unique. You know, all your friends have superpowers, all that stuff. Parents have superpowers. It's not like, oh, you gotta save the day from a big baddie, like the Joker, or Sandman. Is that what his name is? That Spider-Man villain, Sandman? I don't know. But anyways, I'm getting off track. With The Incredibles, the villain's unique. It's an underdog. It's someone who got rejected by a superhero. Someone who wanted to. It would be like, does Robin turn evil? I don't know. I watched some Injustice 2 gameplay and Robin turned evil, I think. I don't remember. Look, I don't know about superheroes. Okay, I don't know shit. But The Incredibles, it just does it right. And the fact that a sequel's coming out next year, hopefully you saw my video on that. I am very excited. But, yeah, that's my top 10 favorite Disney Pixar movies. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. It was just kind of something I planned on. Like, I was like, what should I do for a video? And a lot of people watched my Incredibles video, so I was like, maybe I should do another Pixar-related video. Tell you guys what my favorite Pixar movies are. I mean, I can't do Disney because I haven't watched many Disney movies. I'll be completely honest. I mean, seriously, the only Disney movies I can, remember off the top of my head watching, Aladdin, Dumbo, Pinocchio, Lady and the Tramp. So kind of the more obscure ones. I've never seen Beauty and the Beast. I've never seen Little Mermaid. And yes, I've never seen The Lion King. Don't crucify me, please. I know. But really, let me know what Disney movies I should watch. I don't know. Think of something. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Kind of like a little shitty quality video to appease you guys. I don't know. I need to make a video because I need more videos to upload to kind of keep things going. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.